Hello, and welcome to a somewhat live game. I believe this is the final for the August monthly here in the Steel Division League, here the monthly open. Is Stardekk versus Onord, 352nd Infantry versus Task Force 45. Feels almost like a repeat of Herr Robert and Luna's game. Luna, very much fan of Unicorn divisions. Or rather said, bad division that nobody picks, so funny to see Onord going for it. And Task Force 45, a very good division here. T70 to start. Flak 41 and a Pack 43 as well up here. Both these T70s not going to be doing too much. Real action. Likely going to be whoever can push each other off of this hill here. Certainly going to be a fight, but the 352nd has a lot more long-range tools. Task Force 45 does get some like M4 Howitzers, right, with the 105mm gun, but it's nothing like an IG-33, which 352nd also gets. And these Pack 43s are just brutal to anything that Task Force 45 can bring out. The Yak Panthers aren't that much of a threat, just because the American APCR is very prevalent in this division. A couple M10s. I believe there's even the recently buffed M5 gun. Americans in there. Connotations. But early M2 Howitzer coming out. And I just saw a moment in this game that I just had to cast. So I was actually watching this fairly live after a recent game of myself. And yeah, watching it back on 5x replay, there was a moment. I don't even know the result of this game, so it is happening from my perspective right now, quote unquote. No recon for Stardekk though, so I've got to be careful with this T70 here. B51 coming in. Black 41, ooh, doesn't see it quite yet. He's going to get one shot off, but these B51s are relatively fast, but this might just be, yeah, not enough to kill. With the suppression brought on by that Black 41, but yeah, if Stardekk had saved up another tick and brought in two at the same time, that would be a pinned down Flak 41 at the very least, and that would have been a lot worse than just losing some health on the Pack 43. And the Pack 43 is still up and around. Yeah, still a dangerous tool there. The HE from Task Force 45, I would wager, comes in only in Phase B. So, another Flak 41 coming out for Onord right away. As we see, this little hill fight here. Converted Gunners, and interesting to see the Converted Gunners UK. These are actually the bad ones. Right? They are considerably cheaper, though, for still what amounts to a beefier Azatstolpen, and the two Sting guns make them not, like, terrible. But these are dedicated CQC troops here. These Stoßtruppen. Sicherungs aren't bad themselves either. It's really beefy squad, MG-15. Meanwhile, T-70 just shooting at all these things over here. Nice to see the Kubel MG also coming out with the Aufklärer. It's something that you don't see a lot of players doing anymore, but on an open map like this, the extra recon vehicle is definitely worth it. Obviously, I think now with the half-track price buff that the Germans get, it is kind of worth bringing in, rather than the Kubel MG, the half-track MG, but it is a matter of recon, as we see an M20 Commander. Wow, early Commander here, but certainly needed for all these relatively weak infantry. Engineer leader, Pack 40 versus the 88. There's a Nibelwaffe here that is going to be aiming for it. But that Pack 40 might go down before the Nibelwaffe can get on target. Yeah. So another kill for the M2. And that what I would say is a better long-range AT option than almost the APCR that it gets. And wow, 2-star howitzers all right already. Likely a defensive fire position here. And another one coming in right as well. Yeah, you have to be a little bit careful with all this stuff in the center here. I would expect almost some kind of 2K HE implement to come in, and then the push really starts beginning then, right? You get a couple of Flak 88s, the Pack 43 that's already out there, and you just create a gigantic wall where you can essentially exert influence over this flag, and even this flag later in the game if you're lucky, which is generally compensation for whatever push that the opponent can push on into, well, it's usually this center flag and this flag up in the very north. But, yeah, two of these, wow, Patsega 35Rs are coming in. Interesting to see those brought in at 2-star, but I suppose as 47mm support, they do their job quite well. The M2 coming in again. Well, I mean, if you just saw it got Nibelwerfen, is that really the best idea to do? You kind of want it hidden now, instead of being used as a frontline unit, but Stardekk might be forced into this position. Yeah, nothing quite happening down south. The SPW-204 is getting some HE fire on the converted gunners. Instead, MG is being brought up as the HE fire support here, from the looks of it. 50 cal versus MG42. This 50 cal does get suppressed quite a lot faster, so despite the 50 cal's nominal advantage and the 2-star nature of it, Onord actually takes that engagement and loses 2 health right at the very last second as the converted gunners here duel with some Stoßtrupp. They do get the flame, or the Molotov cocktail on it, so converted gunners are going to be forced back. But at 2-star, they're not actually the worst thing in the world, considering the price difference there. And the M4A1 going to be doing some good fire support. Onord not letting that engagement happen, though, as these dual howitzers now are going to be focusing on that Pack 38 there. That likely killed something. Ooh. Yeah, the flak crept forward and killed the T-70 while Stardekk wasn't looking, so now Bofors and another recon coming out here. Ammo and Pioneers being used as recon, imagine that. Not the worst idea in the world, a bit pricey for just pure recon, though. But I suppose the other alternative would be cavalry scouts, which are just bazooka troops. It costs even more. Stoßtrupp do finally go down, so converted gunners do their job, and now there's a potential for these converted gunners to move on to these MG42s, but as it stands, you're going to need a lot of fire support to make that happen. And yeah, once again, Sherman shows its face, and the Grenadiers move back immediately. Another Pack 40 out, exactly the exact same trade is happening here from the looks of it. The heavier 90mm likely going to get the better of the Pack 42. I do believe it also has a faster rate of fire, so just going to be falling that back instead and aiming the Nibelwerfer again. Now we see the Howitzer 414F. This is the Schneider 155mm. I believe Hichmar Rapana gets these Schneider guns. They're actually great. They got a high rate of fire. They're 155mm. Their blast damage is great. And being used as counter battery here, quite effective. I'm going to be used to help dislodge some of these units, so can retake this kind of stuff. Oop, M42. It's being put in its half-track. It did manage to escape some damage there. Half-track does go down, but it survived on 5 health here. Definitely a worthwhile trade. Sherman does go down for Stardekk, likely to the smarter, screened by the Panzer, I guess. And the Flak 41 forces back the converted gunners. IG-33 also coming in. 2K HE now. Stardekk is gonna have to find a solution for this, or really push onto this hill quite aggressively. 8 minutes into this game, we are nearing B phase. 2 more Shermans coming in. M2 90mm converted gunners UK also coming in. Yeah. Nothing in those positions anymore to get artillery, but gonna be aiming at that pack gun anyway. And now that this M2 is pinned down, I would likely pull it back somewhere where it can't be spotted very easily. But to each his own. Onord on point with his new FF micro. Painting the Schwere Feldhaubitze, but I really don't think these M1 howitzers are going to be capable of counter-battering it. And actually, I'm not even sure if the M1 howitzers are capable of being counter-battered themselves. Some of the lighter howitzers, below 80mm, the artillery doesn't like to, the smart order doesn't seem to like to react to them, so. Bit interesting there. 7-1 with a 37mm here. Does get the bombs off, though, and the Pack 40 does go down. I wonder if this is a Flak 43. Nah, it's just a Flak 36. Okay. Yeah. I think I've been saying this recently, but check whether it's Flak 36 or Flak 43, because that really changes the effectiveness of the gun. But in a situation like this, when you got nothing else, might as well bring it in, right? It's still a very effective 37mm, I will say. But Flak 43 kills, the Flak 36 seems to just suppress. Yeah. Really forcing these one howitzers away. IG-33 also coming in now. 10 minutes into the game. Phase B has entered. Waiting to see a flood of infantry here. Or a flood of units. MEC 2 105mm howitzers. That is the right counter, I would say. But there is a Jagdpanther coming in. And the Jagdpanther basically hard counters these M4s. So unless you've got units that also have APCR or another AA piece, the M90, which goes down again. It looks of it either to these IG-33 or another Niv shot, as it is moving again. Yeah. This Jagdpanther will provide an excellent counter. And now he's got the trifecta of units, really, that you need. You've got the 88s, you've got some kind of long-range AT, right? You've got the IG-33, and you've got a tank, right? And now there's basically nothing that can touch you if you micro well enough. Like, enough air will do it, but 2 Flak 41s is still relatively hard to deal with. You'd have to come in from the side, right? Bring him in down here. 3-4 aircraft, split them off. Very micro-heavy, right? One over here, and one over here, and then I'll target them at the Flak 41. And Task Force 45 does have the planes to do it. You could do it with Marauders, or, quite frankly, I think potentially even bringing in a couple of Marauders to soak up, and then coming in with P-41s after the fact to come and kill it would probably be the best bet there, but M2 50 cal kills the Kugel MG, so, but the Aufklär is still in the building. No Veterancy on the Aufklär. Interesting choice there from Onord. To each his own, I suppose. Might be better to have more Aufklär than the updated ones, but I would wager if we go to Onord's position, this Aufklär doesn't quite see all that much. If we go to Stardekk's position, right, these cavalry scouts see all of this together with the M1 Pioneers. The M1 Pioneers don't actually seem to be spotting anything, so it's, well, hard to say actually, but clearly Stardekk sees a lot more. Maybe even be the T-70 down here. So if you decide for yourself whether or not you want recon with Veterancy or not. These Aufklärs without Veterancy, though, are fairly blind. Ooh. Jagdpanther. Alright, coming forward. Gotta be taking down those 105s. Another 105 up here as well. There's no AA up here anymore either. The 2K guns, I mean, really, they should have been further back, right? Like, even up here, they can still provide fire support while not being as vulnerable to Flak 41s and stuff like that. Or native FF41s and other things like that. Airborne Howitzers, or the M1 Howitzers, rather. Doing good to pin down the IG-33, and I believe they get radio as well. That's a bit hard to see. Already gunners, though, getting absolutely chunked apart by these Pioneers. Pioneers also going to throw their grenades and just blow them up. These rifles and US converted gunners now, though. And the Pioneers have used their TNT from the looks of it. Or, well, one of them has. So, these are going to be forced to fall back for the time being. IG-33 does go down to the airborne howitzers. Schneider now counter-battering again. Or firing at this 50 cal. And yeah. And now we see one of the greatest units that 352nd has to make up for its absolutely, well, I would say mediocre infantry. It has infantry, it has MG42s, but these are all like 20 points units. And for 20 points units, when you compare them to the converted gunners US, which are they're only 5 points more expensive, right? 13 semi-automatics, a bar, versus just a couple of rifles and an MG42, and it's not even that much more expensive. For a time, the converted gunners US were actually 20 points as well, and you can see the disparity there. Zico still managed to catch up to these. Converted gunners here are being very careful not to get shot at by all this HE support, but actually getting in range now, so dangerous there. These M4s got to be careful. I mean, there's no way that doesn't see them, so yeah, about to kind of come forward. And they're going to get there before these M10s can get there. And while the M10s, they do have the penetration to deal with the Jagdpanther. And they are 2-star, so very dangerous there. Yeah, you gotta run away with these, and they are running. One shot off, one penetration there. IG-33 gets the shot on the converted gunners. Still 13-11 for now. Another M4 coming in. This time for the side here. Might be looking on side shots on the Flak 41 and stuff like that. Now we see 2 M10s. Ooh. First APCR shot, sight damage. The second one didn't get on target. So it's taking one hit. So that's 3. I think these APCR shots do 3 damage. Hard to check now, but yeah. And now you just move these AT forward and keep the Jagdpanther behind. Another Flak 41 coming out as well, so really hoping to prevent any pushes like that. And the off map went down and was deadly. Second charge is going to be following up right away. Still not unloaded, funnily enough. As we see a Jagdpanther coming in as well up here. Well, so much for your counter battery. I believe in the glimpse that I got at it, that was a 2-star to a 3mm howitzer. 2 stars. M3 goes down. They're not firing at the right thing. Getting shots at the off cloud. Off map goes down. Oh, this is going to be forced to fall back. Gets the kill. Might actually kill the commander here. Yeah, wow. Look at that. The power of that off-map. That off-map, particularly when playing Maverick versus Maverick, and bringing it in this late into the game, it has the ability to kill a lot of units that you're not going to be able to replace later in the game. So, it doesn't quite manage to kill these M4s. Pack 38 still here and still dangerous for a potential push, but no real AT going to be able to threaten these M4s. We also see a 57mm come in, likely to try and side shot these units over here. Just took 3. Double teamed by the M4. Might be very dangerous there. M10s are falling back. This howitzer. Ooh. Might have to be careful here. It's not pulling back to reload. And so the 88 is just going to get free shots onto that, but looks like it is pinned down. Howitzer is going to get one more shot off on it. And the fallback basically saves it here. Jagdpanther moving in over here as well. There's the M10 there. And the M10, if it gets off an ambushing shot, might actually be a good engagement to take there. Quick 3 does go down. Ooh, but M4 versus the Jagdpanther. Jagdpanther's definitely going to spank that. Yep. No chance there. 57mm. Might get a couple of transport snipes, though. Yep, 1. Oh, and loses line of sight for the other one. More converted gunners. This time the American converted gunners. M4s are still in position here, so not a completely lost position, but we've only seen one off-map vehicle so far, and you can guarantee him that he's brought in 2. M4 versus the Jagdpanther again. And now we see an M2 coming in. Yeah, still relatively dangerous, I would say. Pack 43 is low health, and the M4 does get the kill on the IG-33, and might actually get the kill on the Pack 43 here. Looks like it was still reloading. Moved it forward just a little too quickly, and now that it's suppressed. Ooh, only 1 health there, having completely whiffed that shot. And the Pack 43 might actually get a killing blow here. Oh, it's not the one that took damage earlier, so I might get another shot off. Does get another shot off. Oh, but it misses. Wow. And the M4 is now very, very close to dead. These are moving forward. Oh, man. No AA up here. M10 did take a penetration, did get 2 shots off, and did kill the Jagdpanther, so still a trouble there. And M10 has come up here, so Jagdpanther's going to be a little bit careful, but once again, the 88 here is such a potent gun, you can't really expect it to not win it against an M10. Now the leader to replace the other one that was lost here. And lots of converted gunners. And now in a longer game, so past the 20-minute mark here, going into Phase C, Task 35, kind of like 20 of the Jaeger, has a lot of cheap infantry options that will enable it to trade like really effectively. Having said that, Onord still completely controls the open here. Another 2-star M10 coming out. And, yeah, those are units you can't really afford to lose. M2 coming slowly inching its way forward. Really, I would have... If he's got another card of these, right? So this would be the 3rd one. So I mean, it's got to be a B-phase card of them. This is what I would be spamming out instead. You do have to be careful of IG-33s when you do that. That's the Pack 43 finally goes down, potentially opening it up for this M4 to do a little more work here. Or this one in the south. But yeah, currently the Howitzers here, the Schneider 155, have been completely unmolested. And Stardekks, what's it called? Strategy of bringing in 2-star 203mm howitzers hasn't really paid off yet. We saw the other one get smacked earlier, and that one had just been a 1-star. But yeah, the artillery really not pulling its weight this game. Or Stardekk, Onord definitely having the hit there. This one's going to be going for the M2 as well. And quite effectively, might I add. Another IG-33 coming out. The only thing bad about this division is how long it takes all these support weapons to get to the front line. At least give the division a couple of howitzer half-tracks, my god. The 30 kilometers per hour of the multi ammunition, or the multi, is just so slow. Slowly moving forward, Alan Pioneers. Not getting any recon just yet. Oop. 88 does go down though. And the two M10s have now baited the Jagdpanther to come forward. And 1, 2, oh. This one's out of APCR. That's the second APCR shot. It does go down with one APCR left remaining. Wow, gonna have to bring up or move the supply truck for that if he wants to do it. Another off map coming. Here's the second card. See the 2 and 3mm desperately trying to do counter battery. Well, here comes the off map on this push again, and once again into B phase or into C phase here, losing a lot of units. You can't really afford to lose here, but thankfully all these are disheartened and they just run away the second that anything happens. So definitely a benefit there of that. 2 to 3mm. Ooh, does get the kill on one of those Schneiders. And what you have to do now is you got to put it back in the half track and move it. That's why they come with half tracks. That's why they're good. Come on, Stardekk. Don't let what happened to the other one happen to this one as well. Half track micro. No, he's just left it on counter battery. And now this one's on counter battery as well. And really, these are both one shots. And the thing about it is if you're not using these half tracks to move your artillery after firing, right? You gotta use them. You gotta move them away, right? Bring them to the front line or something, because right now, this is way more vulnerable than Onord's artillery, right? Even a close miss will kill the half-track, and the death of the half-track will mean the death of the artillery piece, which is certainly a lot worse. A sneaky position there from the 57mm, I have to say, though. M10 gets a kill. Some of these Panzerjägers. And now we see the Schneider start firing. They're dueling. Oh my god. That's the moment that I decided I was going to cast this game. My god. The RNG. I was laughing like crazy. First time I saw that happen. Oh man. Oh man. Somehow still took a lot of health damage, but they're not completely dead. The IBF is still up and running, so congratulations, you've just spent 160 points on a 2-star half-track. I suppose it did kill one of the Schneiders, but even then, that's 115 points for 160. Even considering the damage that this one's taken. BMW Commander, lots of AA out for here. 3-star Jagdpanther as well. 24 minutes into this game. It is balance versus balance, so speed it up a little bit. It looks like they were playing for a long time as well. I only got to about this point. Ooh. Doesn't quite manage to kill the SPW. Schneider's still around. I don't think Stardekk has any more artillery. You bring them in at 2-star, and either you gotta bring in a lot of cards of them, or like you gotta make use of your 2 cards, right? Oh, here comes in another off-map charge. Killing this push yet again. M4 goes down. Lots of expensive units, and now there's just a bunch of converted gunners left over here. There's another M4 coming in to replace that. And it could fall back micro there, but... yeah, really. The off-map doing its job. One howitzer, however, still doing its job. And Howitzers is still up and running. He's got another one. I think they come in with 4 if you bring him in an A. I see the M2 coming in. I think these are, yeah, basically... oh, well, one of them got either destroyed and then brought in a new one, but the other one's still only got 1 APCR left. Gonna smoke off the M90, and actually just barely didn't get enough smoke on target there. You sure you're not gonna use the smoke to run away from it now? Odd. Ooh. And this one's being brought really far forward. I do believe Onord's IG-33s were brought in phase A, so it does have to be a little bit careful here. But potentially this might be a smoke setup to drop some bombs on it. Smoke off this one, and then drop bombs. But doesn't look to be the case for now. 28 minutes into this game. Still a very even game for anything. And that ping is probably Stardekk yelling at me. Haha, it's not. Wow, I'm so good at this. I always have my notifications turned off. I've almost could be completely used up, and yeah. Stardekk has this obsession with bringing in his artillery upfitted. I don't think it's worth it. Looks like Onord's actually one-starred his artillery as well. I'm not sure if they come like that. And they're just doing a crazy job at killing this M2. The M2 also went down here, like the IG-33 or something else. Oh. APCR of the M10, they're not doing this job. And I do have to be careful here. Oop, does get pinned down and might die. But these M10s are bravely rushing forward to kill it. This M10, though, yeah, it does go down. And Onord with his micro. Now the APCR is shooting at the leader there, and that's not really what you want to be wasting your shots on. And they're out of ammo again. Their M2 coming in to replace it. Couldn't feel it coming in. No commander for Onord, but... ooh, gets the bailout on the Stug, and now that he's finally got a couple of units back in here again. A couple of very good units, mind that. Or I can also be 3-star. I think 20 did manage to survive somehow. But this artillery is just going to be a constant pain, and Stardekk, in his blind ignorance, is like, yeah, I'll bring in a 2-star. I'll bring in 2-star 203mm howitzers. And then they'll both die to the first shot. And what are you going to do then? IG-33. Oop. What is this? Is he... he's transport hopping. You do got to be careful with that, man. Wow. Now that is a tactic. Oop, gets the shot off. Come on, go back in. No. Ah, does die, but it would have died anyway, so. 6 health thing now. IG-33 falling back. Does get the kill on that. Now, Onord's going to have to look somewhere else for HE support, which, you know, he might still have a howitzer left in reserve, but he's also got a Nibiveffa. So that's the Nibiveffa with... yeah, that was the Nibiveffa on low supply. You can see just how bad it is at that kind of a range now. He's just falling back, though. And it looks like it's going to get away from the Infanterie. Ooh, apparently not. Didn't fall back quite enough, and now it goes down. Dangerous there. Yangpatha's moving forward. 6 homes versus Nisei rifles. Nisei rifles definitely have the benefit there, as well as being 2-starred, and lots of convented gunners and artillery commanders here. Yeah. It's actually a 2-star by default commander. Bover's coming in. I don't know why you want to put it on the hill like that. Force all these units to fall back again. And it might just be a game of who's got the longer deck at this point. How long can they go? Are they still alive? No, I don't think they would. I started this like 20 minutes into the game. Another 20 minutes, so... But... So I think Stardekk is running out of stuff, and I have no idea what the state of Onord's division would be. Being much less experienced playing against Onord. Yeah. This might just go straight to the 50-minute mark, and Onord wins by sheer having ticked down Stardekk. Stardekk does need to put some kind of pressure on, and at least get a 1 tick before, like, 10 minutes from now. And I guess he is slowly doing it, but these Howitzers are just providing a gigantic pain. I wonder if Onord's doing this on purpose. Just to deplete Stardekk's sanity for Game 2, something like that. Because Onord's a very good player. Division 1, right? Stardekk's probably around my level, so potentially Division 3. He won Division 4 just recently, and he certainly improved a lot over the course of his Division series, right? Ooh. Another M2 coming in for that. Ooh. Let's get the kill on that. B-25 coming in. Oh, but the 7-1 just kind of get away with it. But the B-25 is not going to. So, 1 artillery piece down. The 7-2 here, Flak 36, is still up and running. So, going to be a little bit careful there. But this Flak 41 is also low health. And then there'd just be 1 unit left. And, well, Stardekk is fast running out of time to make this happen as the Howitzer continues pounding that. These have a lot of ammo, one of the reasons why I do like them so much in Peshmarapana. Yeah, if you just kept at least 1 howitzer, or at least, you know, put up another card, these wouldn't be so problematic, but lo and behold, another Flak 41 coming out for Onord. And, yeah, this M4 howitzer does have a chance here to do something, but maybe push the M2 back up against it. And hope these M10s can deal with the Yakpantha themselves. Alright. They do have the APCR for it. So the Yakpantha does have to be a little bit careful by rushing forward. I wonder if their regular AP shells have enough hit points for that. Flak 41 is far backwards, but as soon as that unloads, these are very dangerous. Ooh. No, you don't want to be engaging those. One of them gets into the correct position, but they're going to have to hide behind the buildings, and now that they're hidden behind the buildings, there is a big chance to ambush stuff over here. Ooh, gets the kill on the Flak 41 before it goes down. An important kill there. The low health M2 being pushed forward as well. Actually having been smoked off now. It's kind of pushed right up to the front. It is a 13-11. Stardekk knows that he's got to make a move on here. He's got to do it quick. So. Ooh, but that howitzer got corrected shot on the M10s. Oh, and then they go down. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, and the M2's firing at the freaking Kubel. Oh, man. P-47 now. Another B-25 coming in. Yeah, this is dead if that Yakpantha moves forward. It's not really what you want to be seeing. Just a little bit of tick down here. 4 minutes into this game, Nisei rifle's going down. This push isn't materializing. 57mm might get some cheeky kills onto these Stugs here, but there's a lot of armor there. And does go down before getting a kill. So the M10's gonna have to pull double time to really make use of that. And I think just Stardekk's run out of stuff, right? He's built his deck for a 30 to 40 minute game, not necessarily a 50-minute game. And Onord and Division 1 players generally have very long-lasting things here. Long-lasting decks, I will say. They're also just absolutely amazing at trading effectively, so. These are Nisei rifles, though. And again, it's going to be forced to fall back, and these Stugs can't really do anything about that. Another Yakpantha. Did you ever use a C phase card of Yakpantha? We've seen, like, 2-3 go down, have we not? Yeah, Fusilier coming in for recon now. There's just this M2. And this lone remaining M4 howitzer that hasn't been counter-batteried. Another 6-pounder up here. Doesn't really have the penetration for something like a Jagdpanther, but definitely has the penetration for a Stug. But might just be the same thing as happened last time. Oop, does get the Martyr though. Pretty good there. And he's gonna fall back. More Zichlings coming in. This flag doesn't go into the control of Stardekk for now. Some kind of a air went down. 4 half-track pushing forward. You're gonna measure right into a flag 41. Yeah, but all 4 M4 howitzers having gone down. Really, this would be the last hope for Stardekk here. And I don't think he has the tanks for it, really. Order half-track carrier. Doing its best. Did prevent some of this infantry here from using these tanks to push forward. But there's still so much here. If Onord, like, put together a sufficient attack here, sure, he lacks the CQC infantry and really the infantry at all to fight against 2-star Nisei rifles and stuff like that, but yeah. Still a danger. Trying to kill the Jagdpanther with a mortar this late into the game. Nisei rifles pushing forward here. The AAPs finally went down. And now all these support units are alive for Onord. He's not even wheeling away at his game. Push it to the 49-minute here. There's no way in hell that Stardekk is winning now. Yeah. And at 50 minutes... Maybe it's a 55-minute game? I don't think so. Stardekk surrendered. 3,980 kills to 2,910. Nibabafa 41. 2 of these M2s. Yeah. Should have been using those in the open, not over there. Flag 41 did good. 2-star howitzer number 1. Ooh, railroad battery really getting kills on it as well. And then this one, 2-star battery number 2. Man, maybe this will finally be the convincing moment that Stardekk needs to stop taking his artillery with 2 stars, right? I was talking about the Aufklär, how it's always the eternal trade-off of effectiveness versus how many you get. And in this case, I think Onord has definitely showed that more is definitely better. Right? Maybe not in the case of Aufklär, that's still a debate, but with artillery pieces, how are you going to replace your artillery piece if you've only got 1 of them, or 2 of them at most? Well, I hope you found that enjoyable, because I sure did. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.